Seasoned with Grace Unbox presents Tune Up Tuesdays. This live weekly event is here to provide you and your family with tools for stronger family relationships. And now, here are your hosts, Doctors Robert and Denise Davis.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Tune Up Tuesdays, presented by Seasoned with Grace Unboxed. The last couple of weeks, we gave you some pointers on how to keep your sanity with all the racial news we've been bombarded with. Today, we're going to go back to our regularly scheduled program and talk about family communication.
The last show where we addressed communication, we talked about how it impacts and informs the 5 elements of a happy family. And if you remember, those 5 elements are covenant, grace, intimacy, empowering, and evaluation. And we're not going to go over them. You can go back all the way to when we first started Tune Up Tuesday, or you can go back 2 weeks to the end of May, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. But today, I want to share the 2 basic outcomes of all family communication. A lot of our communication comes from our subconscious, or what we call what, Denise?
Pre-programmed.
Pre-programmed, yes. A lot of stuff that we do has been pre-programmed in us from when we were children, comes from our family of origin. Some of our communication, however, is intentional and thoughtful. So some is pre-programmed, some is intentional and thoughtful. Either way, when we are communicating with our family, we are either trying to nurture or control the person that we're communicating with. We're either trying to nurture or to control the person that we're communicating with.
Okay, so today we're just going to talk about nurture. The goal when we're communicating with our family is to nurture them. Nurture is an attempt to empower someone, become intimate with them, demonstrate grace towards them, instruct them to gain a new skill, to encourage them to reach their potential, etc. Nurturing communication helps promote the 5 elements of a healthy family: covenant, grace, empowering, intimacy, and evaluation. Nurturing communication typically occurs when we are attuned to our feelings and make a conscious decision rather than acting on our emotions or reacting to someone else's. Robert, let's give an example of nurturing communication.
I'm going to do that. Matter of fact, I'm going to give 3 examples of nurturing communication. Here's one. Denise, you are very intelligent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See, that's what we call a compliment. That's a form of nurturing communication. Here's another one. Denise, you are a great writer, and you should write the story of your life.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. That right there is affirmation or empowering. I know that she's always wanted to write a book about her life story, and so I wanted to affirm and I wanted to empower her to do that. Here's another form of nurturing communication. Denise, I am embarrassed when you tell people that I am as dumb as a bag of rocks. Please stop.
What? Okay, it's an example. Okay.
Now, but I want you to notice something. That right there is a form of correction. And I wanted to use one that was kind of, out in left field, simply because I want you to see that even in those times of correction, even in those times with your children, when you have to discipline them, you can do so in a way that is nurturing them rather than an attempt to control them. We're going to spend some time for the next couple of weeks talking about how we control. So what it really boils down to, Denise, is your intent and your thoughtfulness. Again, we talked about not being reactive, not giving into the pre-programmed computer. Spend some time this week. Let me give some assignments. Not really a homework assignment, but I want to give you an assignment. And that is, I want you to spend some time this week thinking about how often you communicate with your family without thinking about what or how you're communicating. How often do you communicate with your family without thinking about how or what you're communicating? That happens an awful lot. I would probably say, if I gave a percentage to it, I would probably say that I communicate with my family at 65 to 75% of the time. I'm communicating with them without even thinking about what I'm saying or how I'm saying it. And that is a very high number. And that is the reason why, Denise.
That's a low number.
That's a low number for you? You're higher than that?
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, are you proud of my number? Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Man, I really appreciate that.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Compliment.
I want you to spend some time this week thinking about how often your communication comes from your pre-programmed way of communicating versus your thoughtful way. Just, how much of my communication, and again, I would probably say that the pre-programmed, okay, because she said that I was on the low end when I said 65 to 75. So I'm gonna go a little higher, probably about 80 to 90, 85 to 90. Does that sound more right? That I communicate just out of my pre-programmed way of communicating. And I'm not going to say that her number is in the mid 90s because we're not here to talk about other people. We're only here to talk
We're
about
not
ourselves.
communicating in a very controlling manner because you can't tell me how much my number is.
See, and because I'm trying to nurture her, I'm not going to tell her what her number is, even though I would put it somewhere close to 100, not all the way to 100.
Well, that's our show for today. For additional resources, videos, and materials, visit our website at www.swg-unboxed.org. SWG Unboxed wants you to stay safe during this difficult time. Again, please protect yourself at all times. It's not over. Follow local and federal directives for both COVID-19 care and be safe if you participate in any nonviolent demonstration. Wash your hands, disinfect your surroundings, and use hand sanitizer. Use proper sanitation practices. And if you feel sick, please seek medical help. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you again next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Tune-Up Tuesdays, because even the smoothest running families needs a
Tune-Up Tuesday.
See you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching Tune Up Tuesday. You can connect with us on Facebook or check out our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org. Again, thank you for watching and tune in next Tuesday at 9. Seasoned with Grace Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.